Hi, my name is Matt, and this is video 1 of my 6-part series, Okies. Each story in this series tells an aspect of someone's life who is connected to Oklahoma. This is Alvin's story.
The way my professional life works, I usually have a goal being a performance in front of me about 4 to 6 weeks away, on any given day. Let's say, we're starting to prepare for a performance. We usually have between 4 to 6 weeks to prepare. And now I have, something close to 6 months.
I've danced with Oklahoma City Ballet for 7 years, and I've been dancing professionally for about 10. Before I came to Oklahoma, I was a member of second company with the Washington Ballet in Washington, D.C., and for 2 years before that, I spent training with the San Francisco Ballet School. Grew up dancing in Ukraine, and I started dancing when I was 8 years old. It's sort of a typical age for a ballet student to begin their ballet training if they're intending to be professional. There was a point where I had to make a decision about what to do with my life, whether that's to be a professional ballet dancer or move on to something entirely different. I graduated from both high school and my ballet school on the same year. In Ukraine. That's when I was sort of faced with those choices. And I happened to go to a ballet competition in New York this spring before my semester in college would have started. And I was able to get a scholarship to go to San Francisco Ballet School for the full year. And those were sort of my two offers on the table. It was college to study math and computer science. And then there was an option to remain a dancer and try and become a professional ballet dancer. And that's when I made that choice and moved away from my family at the age of 16.
Basically, as soon as COVID started developing in the state of Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, our organization was responding quite rapidly to everything that the government was suggesting, even before the official stay-at-home curfews and all that, right? When it was just starting out, we were in our performance week for the program called Future Voices, where I myself have choreographed a piece for it, and I was in another piece as a dancer. So I was really looking forward to that weekend. As one thing I learned as a performer, I try not to stress myself out or worry about things that I cannot change. A very good friend of mine who I used to work with at the Washington Ballet complimented him on his performance, and I told him he looked very calm, and he always looked like, he didn't look like he wasn't bothered by his performance, but he just looked exactly the same as he would be in class in the morning, drinking coffee, on stage during something really hard in variation. So I asked him, how do you do that? And that's what he told me. He said, you have to ask yourself, is worrying going to help you, or whatever it is, ask yourself if it's going to help. And the fact is, my answer was no. Worrying about my performance isn't going to help my performance. So it's sort of the same thing here.